you. I love you, Zoe.
Hey guys, it's Carla. I'm sorry if you can hear my dryer in the background. I am washing some clothes and drying them, obviously. Yeah. So as you can see by the title, today I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery. So in my last sit down video, 18 and pregnant, how I told my parents that I was pregnant, I told y'all that I was going to, it's my cat. It's my cat. I'm on the floor. My last video, my last sit down video, I talked about how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my parents, 18 and pregnant. I'm gonna link down below if you haven't seen it yet. And in that video, I mentioned that I was going to talk about my labor and delivery, postpartum depression, and my pregnancy story pretty soon. So this is my pregnancy part 2. That's going to be talking about my labor and delivery. So I had Zoe February 25th, 2018. February 24th, I was supposed to work, and I told my boss, like, I'm not feeling well. Something is happening, and I need to chill out for a day. She's like, cool, okay. So 511 is how you know you're in active labor. If you are having contractions and you don't have that yet, you're not in active labor. So for me, since I wasn't having that, I was in early labor for 2 days. That was awesome. So basically what that means, I was having contractions for 2 days prior to this, and they weren't lasting long enough for me to go to the hospital. So where this story really starts is Cruz and I had just, he had just donated plasma. I was just chilling with him, and I told him, I'm gonna go to the hospital tonight. We had been there a couple of times, and I was like, I'm going to the hospital tonight. We went and we got Wendy's because I was just starving. I was pregnant, and we ate. We came home, and I really started feeling it. And so I went to a shower. I took a shower, and I just laid there and had the warmth kind of hit my belly, and it soothed me, and I was walking very slowly. At this point, we had gotten our facts together, and we called my mother-in-law and told her, hey, can you take care of our cats? We're going into labor. And we told her, don't tell anybody, it could be a false alarm. We're just telling you so you can take care of our cats. Then I called my mom, and I told her, I'm in the hospital. I don't know if I'm having a baby today, but I'm just telling you, I'm going to the hospital. So we get to the hospital, and the hospital I was at was really nice. I went upstairs to the pregnancy ward, and they checked me in really fast. They checked my vitals, and they quickly put me in the room. And this is a waiting room, basically. What I'm trying to say here is observation and observation room, but I was really tired and I couldn't think of that word. For the rest of the video, I keep referring to it as a waiting room when it's actually an observation room. They monitor you, your contractions, and the baby heartbeat. I was 38 weeks, so and I was not dilated at all. We are here for a couple hours. They're monitoring me. I'm, you know, hearing her heartbeat, and they just aren't telling me much. The nurses are coming in and out, and they're telling me that, you know, it's not really, I don't really need to have the baby right now, basically, because she's not coming. Okay, it's just another false alarm, you know, I'm just having Braxton pain. Then the nurse comes in. And when they're monitoring your heartbeat and the baby's heartbeat and your contractions, there's a little paper that comes out, and she looks at it, and she really looks at it. She doesn't tell me anything. She says, I'm gonna get the doctor here. You need an ultrasound right now. Like, okay. I wasn't freaking out. I was just like, oh, ultrasound, you know, they're probably just gonna check if her belly's down, if her head's down. You know, they've checked that before, and, you know, okay. They bring the doctor in, and she starts doing the sonogram, and she tells me, listen, there's very little fluid. We're gonna induce you. So even though I was in early labor, they were gonna induce me to basically make active labor, like, you know, speed it up and make me start dilating so that I could have her. So they said they're gonna give me a pill. The pill is supposed to basically start my induction. They give it to me, then they're gonna check how dilated I am. They can give it to me then again after 8 hours, and they'll check again after 8 hours, so after 16 from the beginning. If I'm not dilated far enough, they're going to give me oxytocin to make me contract and start dilating naturally. So they take me to labor and delivery, which is very close. It's a different room, and there is where you basically labor and deliver, and they have a little section for the baby and just little things. I've been waiting in the waiting room for about 2 hours. So it's like 2 a.m. and I'm going to the labor and delivery. They gave me a pill. They got my IV hooked up and everything. 8 hours passed by. I am 1 centimeter dilated. 1. I have to get to 10. And I'm 1. They gave me the pill again. 8 hours again passes by. I am 2 centimeters. So my family all knows, and they start coming and visiting me even though I told them not to. They're really trying to speed this up. They hook me up on oxygen. I have the mask going, and like I can drink water, but that's it. I can't eat. I haven't ate at this point for like 16 hours. I'm hungry. The only things I can eat are ice chips. I can have popsicles and water. So 16 hours has passed by, and I have chosen to do a natural delivery, which means I have not gotten an epidural. So I'm feeling all of this. I'm feeling it, and I have slept most of it, but I still feel it, and they can monitor it. And she tells me, we're about to give you oxytocin, and you know, if you are going into labor naturally, and you are huffing and puffing, and you are there, like, she's like, go for it, have an all natural delivery. But you're not. You're getting induced. We're about to put oxytocin on you, and you're going to have big contractions. I say, I'm good, this is good. I want to go all natural. I've been reading about being all natural. I am zen. I can do this. Okay. They put the oxytocin in, and I am in pain. I am in so much pain. couple hours pass by and I just can't handle it. And I tell my nurse, please get me an epidural. Please get it to me. And the anesthesiologist does take a while to get there, or at least for me it felt like forever. So anesthesiologist comes in, and when you get an epidural, it's actually very scary. At least for me it was. I was in pain, I was drowsy and everything, and they make everybody get out of the room. So only Cruz was in there, but he got out, and the nurse is there and your anesthesiologist. So they pulled the bed all the way up. I was sitting, and they told me, like, basically what you have to do is hunch your back and just have like a very light back, and this stretches out your spine so they can put it in your spine. So she put a needle in me, and it's a huge needle. I didn't see it, but I grabbed her and I just go like this, and she says, don't move. So I don't move, and I like squeeze, and it's in. And then they help me turn back, and they put it into my bed, and they put a catheter in, and they give me this button, and they said, if you need more, just press it. And I was like, okay. And they're like, do you think you need it? Do you feel this? Like, they were pinching me, and I was like, no. And they're like, okay. They say, do you think you need more? And I was like, I don't know. And so they looked at the monitor, and they were like, you just had a contraction. And I was like, I just had a contraction? I'm like, yeah. Like, okay, it's working and everything. I didn't feel anything. And sleeping through all of this, so I just wake up, and a nurse is just on my side with a student who's there. And for some reason, in my head, I thought they both looked alike. And she's just helping me out. She gives me like a big peanut that I can hug and all of this, but all of it did not work. Basically, she says, we're gonna give you this peanut and see where it happens today. If that doesn't work, what we're gonna do, we're gonna give you a balloon and put it up there and basically make you expand. But it didn't work. Little side note, funny part about this. Cruz has decided to go take a shower, and I haven't seen him in a while. I've asked my nurses where he is, and they think he's in the bathroom. They don't know though. They just say, and he's in the bathroom because he's taking a shower. What ends up happening is those 2 centimeters dilated, and they try to give me a peanut, and they try to do some things, and they say, we're gonna break your break your water. Really, what they do, they take like a tube thing, and they pop it or something like that. I'm not. That's just what I could see. I pressed my button to get more of like that epidural medicine in, and they break my bottle. Oh, they break my water. They take down all the notes, and it's clear, and they're seeing how I'm going. I'm still 2 centimeters. So I was the only patient in my section. So they realize Zoe's heart rate is dropping, and my blood pressure is rising, and so they all came into my room. There's like 7 different women, nurses and a doctor, and then they say that they need to talk to an anesthesiologist, and they ask him, and he comes in, he's doing his work. Cruz is still in the bathroom, by the way, showering. He's doing his stuff in the computer and like trying to figure out like why is it going, and he's asked me like, have you pressed this? It can make your blood pressure rise. So I told him, yes, I did press it once. They were like, okay. I pressed it when they broke my water, and I was like, okay. And really funny part, Cruz comes out, and he's just kind of shocked at what happened, because all of a sudden he just sees like a whole bunch of people in our room. So that was really funny, and I was like, hi, and everything. I'm like feeling kind of like woozy. So they tell me if we're gonna try a few more things, if it doesn't have to work, you're gonna get a C-section. I hadn't done much research over a C-section, but I wanted what was best for my baby. I wanted just to get her out, and I wanted her to be healthy. And they tried a few more things. They say, we're gonna give you a C-section. I said, okay. And I guess this was me consenting. So because of that, they quickly acted, and it was like that. They quickly acted. They moved me along and everything, and Cruz wasn't able to get everything. He's like, okay, wait, let me get everything. I think a nurse stayed behind or something so he could grab everything, because we had all of our bags and everything. He grabbed it, and I was going. They put, a cap on me for my hair. They were all getting dressed and everything, and they took me to the OR. And I'm just sitting there waiting, and they moved me into the actual operating table. They put the sheet up so I can't see anything. And I just am wondering, where's Cruz? And this was one of the happiest moments of my life, just seeing him come in. We're gonna have a baby. We're gonna have our baby. Our Zoe's almost here. He comes in, and he sits down next to me, and he's just staring at me. We're talking, and the anesthesiologist, he's getting all prepped. Oh, they're about to cut. And he says, can you feel this? And I say, yes. And he's like, are you sure? You're gonna feel something, so you shouldn't feel pain. And then I was like, yes. And then he pinches me, and I said, yes, that's what I feel. He's like, okay. So he gives me more, and then he presses down, and he says, do you feel that? And I say, no. And by the way, if you ever get a C-section, be verbal about what you want, because you will feel some things. But if you feel that knife cutting into you, probably one of the most painful things ever. So be verbal. I've heard a lot of horror stories about people feeling the whole operation. You don't want that. So be verbal. It feels really weird. Like, it feels like tugging and pulling, but I don't actually feel any pain. I'm looking at Cruz. While feeling all of this, I'm looking at Cruz, and I'm crying. I'm crying really hard. He's like, you're doing great, baby. You're doing great. This is amazing. You're great. You're doing great. I love you so much. And just giving me all these amazing things. He's saying so much, and I'm looking at him and telling him how much I love him, and we're just talking to each other like this, and I'm crying. He's just incredibly happy. And then I hear her crying. The nurse that we had was very, very sweet, and Cruz had his phone with him. Cruz had my phone. And she said, you want me to take pictures? And I pressed the live button so that all the pictures could be live so I could see it. And she took pictures, and she took some pictures of us, and it was very emotional. It was amazing. Well, that was it for my labor and delivery. I left off at my just staying at the hospital. I don't really want to get too much into it, because that's another whole video in itself. I was there for a week, and it was pretty hard to recover the first week. If you haven't seen my 18 and pregnant video, it will be down below. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!